I'm gonna make sure we're on the YouTube real quick. Welcome in. Welcome in. Pull this up on my pewter. I lost track of time completely. I don't know what I was doing this morning. Well, I was dealing with a headache is what I was doing. Sorry for the shaking. And so I got in the shower late and stuff. And then by the time I turned around and looked, I was like, oh my God, I'm supposed to be live in 2 minutes. And I had to feed my dogs. I had to do some stuff. Green and Leafy, welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. I'm gonna pull this up on the YouTube right quick, and then we can get on into the topics. Happy Tuesday, you guys. I feel like we're crooked. You seem crooked? I feel like I didn't change it. Ooh, how's that? We'll try. If I just scoot my butt over here. Try that. All right. How are you guys doing? Let me turn the volume down. Let me turn the volume down. We're just gonna ease on in. But we're talking rewards today because Rewards Club Season 8 started. Actually, I guess I didn't look at the actual date, but is it today or is it the end of the month? I think we all got that notification. TJ, how you doing? I think we all got that notification that it was time to like redo our get above the chat here, redo our benefits or not benefits. You guys, it's going to be a day. I'm just telling you that right now. I don't know if it's because we're coming into a full moon. I don't know what. But my brain is, I feel like my brain is in a couple places. All right, mute. All right, I think we're set. I think we're Simply Smart Shopping. I see on the YouTube. That's super fun over there, by the way. Super fun trying to learn it and figure out. There might be a day when I do like a topic just on expanding socials into the YouTube, because I've learned we're officially in week 5. See, I turned the volume down. I don't know why it does that. We're officially in week 5 of posting every day on YouTube. And the things I'm learning, you guys, let me tell you what, I think it's like worth a whole thing, because 2026, right? We have to welcome in all the incognitos. We have to dabble with the content creation and the socials if we are to, I mean, I guess we don't have to, like not mandatory, but to market ourselves, I feel like it's necessary. And each platform truly is like totally different. And I guess we'll just start with a little rant, but we are going to talk about Rewards Club. It is a topic we've covered before. So, but just to go over the notes, but either case, Cherry, welcome in. It's like the audience is different for each of the things. And one thing I found out that I'll just offer today is if anyone's considering venturing out to the YouTube space, especially if it's it depends on how similar the content would be to like Whatnot, I guess, or where it would fit into like the socials umbrella is how I like to think of it. But I was watching a video the other day of like a veteran YouTuber, and they were like talking about the biggest mistakes that newbies make. And they said, TJ, welcome in. TJ Tay. They said one of the biggest mistakes newbies make is they share their channel and their like first videos to the friends and family and stuff to, bring the network in or whatever. And so this is a huge mistake, because what happens is it confuses the algorithm, and like friends and family aren't necessarily subscribed to that type of content. Like if it was organic, that would be one thing, or if they truly are interested, that's another thing. But if it's just out of support, it's like it's going to die off at some point. And so and then it confuses the algorithm. And so a better way to do it is to not tell anybody and just like start the channel and just let the algorithm find your viewers for you. Because then from day one, it goes like organically from scratch, and then the algorithm understands your channel and your content and knows which viewers to connect you with. And the more I was thinking about it, I was like, you know what, that does make sense. Because like, welcome in, you guys. I'm just share story timing for the begins here, and we'll dive in like maybe 5 minutes or so. But it makes sense because like if I were to share with my brother, for instance, like, hey, I got this YouTube channel, you should check it out. You know, the stuff that my brother would typically subscribe to on YouTube would be like sports related or news related or something like that. Like he doesn't whatnot, right? And so like live selling is not one of his interests. And so the algorithm would try to connect those and be like, what do these two things have to do with each other? Like nothing, because it's a relationship outside of the platform. So anyway, that was on the top of my mind, so I just want to share that. um, if anyone, in case anyone's considering dabbling with the YouTubes, and I think this would apply to all socials. Wild Hope, how you doing? Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Yeah, Instagram I think is the same, where it's just like people look there for different stuff. It is like interest based, but it's like it's hard for me to tell how much my algorithm is like feeding me just what I am interested in. But it's more like I want to say like storytelling and like following people's journeys on Instagram. So like I don't know, the content would be different because it would be more like sharing bits of yourself, be that art or struggles or this kind of thing, where people want to get to know you, where YouTube is like just make educational videos or tutorials, for instance, or something like that, if that makes sense. So, and then Whatnot is totally different too, because it's sales, right? So each platform really has its own audience. And even though some friends and whoever can follow across platform, it is still like pretty niche. Okay, I'm gonna try, let me move this computer up so I can track the YouTube also. Steven, how you doing? Some of your art is really, oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Let me move you up so I can, I'm new to the YouTube multicasting, and so I'm not used to like watching the chat over here. I will get there though. So let me scooch you up so I can watch a little better. Stephen, if you do have Whatnot, feel free to join the conversation in the chat over there as well. But we'll be doing just the Tuesday shows over on the YouTube just to share. And they're chat shows. So today, each week, it's like a different topic. And today we're going to talk about the Rewards Club on Whatnot. So, so that's what you're tuning into. And I'll try to sprinkle wood burnings in there to some degree. It'll take a little bit of effort or brainstorming to figure out exactly how those two things are going to go together, but we'll get there. Oh, thank you. This is like seriously one of my favorites. I'm starting to decide that I really just want to do like black tank tops and then handmade, like Whatnot handmade attire. So if you see something tie-dye, flannel, or like otherwise artsy, send it to me, because I'm just going to be a poster board for handmade. I think I decided we'll just do it like that. What Liz likes, welcome in. What Liz likes, it's lasted forever, but I think I'm about ready to re-up my soap. I'm at the tail end, and I'm gonna need some more of that, so I'll be in there pretty soon to re-up. Instagram will feed you what you are watching the most. Yeah, for sure. And welcome in, Lost Peaches. I tried to ease into Instagram and just like let the algorithm not take any of my prompts. I don't know if it tracks like how much you pause on certain images or click on certain things, but I tried to be like fairly hands off for a month or two just to kind of let it do its thing. And it was showing me like everything. And I was like, what the hell is all this kind of stuff? But as soon as I started posting art and following different people, I think it really started dialing it in. So is what it is. And that's okay. But let's see. Let's see. Yeah, it does for sure. So are you guys anybody in here doing rewards? Let me unpin this so it's out of the way. Anybody in here doing the rewards club still? I know that it started off super, super popular, and then it pretty quickly within first 2-3 seasons really started to I want to say settle in to who actually sees whoever it actually like aligns with their business model, and then all the folks who it doesn't really align started to kind of leave it alone. And because I was looking around for who I could give examples about and stuff, and I was like, wow, I really don't see that many people doing rewards right now. Creative bookish wifey, how you doing? Finally got the Joe. Heck yeah, welcome in. Welcome in, welcome in. We're talking rewards club today. I don't think there's not much for updates outside of this. Let me just unpin this bad boy, and I guess I'll pin that in a little bit. Or actually, I'll pin this now and I'll pin this just for a minute just to show you guys it's in here because this is a temporary thing. If anyone's not familiar with this listing right here for the art submission call that Tiny the Artist is doing, please have a look-see there because the deadline's coming up pretty quick. And she's out here bringing artists on into Whatnot, and I'm here to support it. So any artists in here, makers, have a look-see. And TJ, I forgot what I asked already. Oh, use rewards club. Use rewards club. Yeah. Are you liking it still? Is it like serving its purpose and stuff? Because I feel like a lot of folks, and this is one of the points we're going to talk about, struggle with the justifying the margins for the coupons, right? And I like that they added, I don't know if it was this season or this last season or the one before, but I like that they added private shows as a reward that you could get. So it equals like more sales instead of more discounts, I think is how that equates to. But I don't know how many people use that necessarily. But I know the margins are tricky for sure. Okay, so let's see. I think hi YouTube. hello, welcome in. I'm going to be a little slower on the chat with the YouTube. Apologies in advance. But if there are questions over there, please feel free to drop them and just hang tight a second, and I will see them at some point. This is the second multicast, and so I'm getting used to tracking both sides. I kind of go on autopilot watching the Whatnot chat, but also feel free to hop over here if interested. I think, yeah, QR code right on the screen there. Barry and Jill, how you doing? Okay, so since I'm late, I guess now's a good time to dive in. Now's a good time to dive in. You guys, the headache's gone though. We're doing okay. We're doing okay. My sales are customs usually in the marketplace, so not many use the okay, yeah, it doesn't apply outside of the live shows. Good point. Speaking of customs, you guys, I think I just unlocked, customs are like, anyone who does custom work, that it's, let me know if this music's too loud too. That customs are, Whatnot is not currently like built for doing custom orders. It's built for resale. And low key handmade, but it's still getting there as far as like, where they kind of weigh out against each other. But the time is for customs is so, aside from the shipping thing, which I think we figured out. If anyone's interested in that method, feel free to DM me. But with the work itself, it's so hard to gauge, like if somebody wants something specific, especially when they just have like an idea and you don't have a design to just like copy and paste and use. It's really difficult to gauge the time because sometimes you can go back and forth just on the design, landing on the right design for like a week or two. And every message and every draft is like time, and then making it and then like proofing it and then like designing it and then proofing it and then actually making it and then I don't know. It's just like it's this huge process, and sometimes it's hard to say if this is going to take 4 hours, this is going to take 10 hours, and so it's hard to allot time to them. And I think we just unlocked uh, a thing for custom work, and so as soon as this one that I'm working on now gets shipped out and received by the person, because it's kind of a surprise, I'm going to share it with you guys because I think it's really, I think we finally figured out how to offer them in like a way that it makes sense and we can quote the right price for the right amount of time and all this kind of stuff. So I'm super excited. Jerry, welcome in. Okay, I digress. You guys, we're gonna adult now. Okay, we're going to adult now. So today we're talking Rewards Club. Full disclosure, I don't use Rewards Club. I haven't used it. I've read about it. I've observed it around the platform. It doesn't align with where I'm at and incentives for me. I simply don't have the margins for it or the volume for it to justify doing it, right? Because it has to align with your sales. Otherwise, it doesn't make sense to do it. I'm going to unpin this. But I think I think we still have come up with, because this is like really, this is almost 2 years, you guys. At the end of the summer is going to be 2 years of Rewards Club on Whatnot, right? And so there's been lots of time to kind of like see what it's about and how people are using it, all this kind of stuff. So I think there's going to be some valuable things, takeaways from it for your guys' Rewards Club. And, but first, I want to just shout out Julie Becker. There's no news besides or updates or anything for Whatnot besides Rewards Club Season 8 starting. So I just want to start with shouting out Julie Becker. I like to do a shout out every week, and Julie Becker is this week because she is on Whatnot Sellers tomorrow. I think she's live doing a chat show right now. Not to take away from this one, but Julie is fantastic, and she always has like really great insight to share. She's been on the platform over 3 years. Supporting all kinds of sellers in their own journeys and sharing everything good, bad, and in between about her own. And she's fantastic. And so anyone interested in a reminder, bookmark tomorrow. There's a raid to go over there, or just go directly to Whatnot Sellers and bookmark there. And go support Julie, because that's a big deal, you guys, to be co-hosted on Whatnot Sellers, and very few, that's like an honor that very few get the privilege of sharing with them. And so when it's like one of our own kind of, I think it's great to support them. And so a shout out to Julie. And I hope you guys will join tomorrow for that interview co-host session. Welcome in, welcome in. Okay, so Rewards Club. So Rewards Club, let me pull it up here. We got 5 things to just give some chews on, nothing official capacity. However, we're going to talk about the tiers, just some chews and kind of perspective, I guess, fresh perspective of how to look at Rewards Club when we're setting them up, things to consider when we're setting them up, I guess. So the first is the tiers, which there's 5, right? The second is names of the tiers. The third is the visuals that come along with it, like the badges, the little badges, icons, Avatars maybe is the right word for it. Badges, I think, is correct though. And then the rewards themselves, and then alignment. Alignment. So those are the 5 things we're gonna touch on. And since we've gone through this topic before, we'll see how much we ramble or how much we kind of just buzz through it. But feel free to stop me at any point or add anything. This time I did take a couple screenshots. I do have a quote to go along with it too, but I did take a couple screenshots of the help.whatnot.com, which actually it's in the show notes, has a, you love doing rewards. You know what? I should have thought to look at your profile when I was looking for folks that did it, because I bet, you know what, I'm gonna look right now, because I bet yours are super fun too. You're probably, because certain people, not everybody approaches rewards the same, and some people really capitalize on the branding opportunity and the marketing and the incentives, and they really work for some sellers to incentivize those like repeat buyers and stuff. But some, they just kind of throw stuff together and you're like, I'm good. I'll just put it like this. There's some sellers that have rewards, and even if I frequent tier 1, you can unlock the rewards from just watching 3 shows or however many shows they put in. And even if I unlock that tier, I still don't even use the rewards. You know what I mean? Because it's not that exciting to me. And so, but some of them, I'm like, dude, I want that just for this. I just want that badge next to my name. I just want that. Not a spy, for instance, with Q, right? There's just certain things. I'm going to go snoop yours right quick, Mickey. Let's have a look-see. I am a rewards member in your show, Mickey. Let's see. So you got bananas. Okay, figures. I'm a Beaver Kisses member. You got I'm a banana. You got, what is that? Feeling cheesy. You got the food theme going. I appreciate that. Hectic Wish, how you doing? Feeling cheesy. Very good. Grandma's favorite with a little cupcake. I like it. And then Spicy Rooster. You know what? Okay. Spicy Rooster is like, wouldn't you want that next to your name? Wouldn't you want that next to your name? Like life goals. You'd be like, dude, I don't need to spend 10 more bucks to be a Spicy Rooster and come around next season with a gold level membership. Shoot. Get that. Good on you. I need to figure out the rewards thing. I haven't even tried. Hectic Witch. This is the perfect day to talk about it. Season 8 is just starting. So if anyone hasn't done rewards yet, heck yeah. If anyone hasn't done rewards yet, know that it is worth really brainstorming in the beginning, because once you don't have to decide at the beginning of the season. You can start and initiate your rewards program at any point during the season, right? But once you initiate it, you are locked into it for that season. And then they all end at the same time. And so if you start halfway through, then you're going to have a month and a half season, right? So it's really worth considering how do I want to do this? And might even recommend just really easing into it for the first go around, because the discounts come out of our pocket, right? Like we lose those profits. And I know in the beginning, a lot of people were surprised how quickly that added up. If you guys remember the days, it was everybody it was funny actually, because we had all these people sign up for rewards club just to be cool and be keep up with the Joneses and stuff. And then it was approximately 3 months later, all the chat shows started popping up of all the people that got wrecked because the rewards season, everybody was redeeming everything at the same time and cashing in at the end of the season. And it was it might have even been coming into Q4 or something. I don't remember, but I know that everybody got wrecked. And so starting small with just like first go around, let me just do 5% at every tier. Let me just watch it and see how that works and see what my numbers look like, and then adjust it from there. It could be really reasonable price or purchase targets. So it could be like, spend $10, spend $20, spend $30. It could be really simple like that. Depending on our price points and like our volume and stuff, our dollar amounts and stuff are going to look different going up the ladder, up the tier system. But really making it like chill is what I was going to say. It was confusing. Here, let me expand this a little bit. How you doing? How you doing, Moody? It is possible to edit under certain circumstances directly with Whatnot. So you have to like be back and forth with support and really have a good reason for them to adjust anything. And even the adjustments, I want to say, don't quote me on this exactly. Again, there's this link in the show notes. It explains everything Rewards Club. But it may just be that you can cancel it partway through, and then you have to honor every purchase that was already made, but no further purchases that season would apply. So if you accidentally put like everybody gets 100% off, you could be like, whoa, can we cancel this? Like abort mission, right? And they can cancel it, but then it's for the season, right? And then you have to start over. And so, Mickey, you want to co-host? Yeah, we can co-host. You got some words? All right, hold on. Cash, how's it going? Here, let me answer. Just in case you haven't been told today, you're awesome and beautiful inside and out in love. Walker family, you are the sweetest. Thank you so much. Thank you. Just going around being like a little YouTube angel. Okay. Mickey, sometimes the co-host thing, sometimes the co-host thing makes me like kick you out and bring you back 2 times. So let's have a look, see. Where you at? We're going to co-host Mickey right quick, you guys. Invite to co-host. Let's see if we can bring her up here.
Check. Can you hear me?
See, I can't see you. Okay.
Well, nobody can see me ever. Don't worry.
How do we do this before? I think I have to minimize, and it's going to boot you, and then I can bring you back on because I can hear you, but I can't see you.
Oh, okay.
And that gives me anxiety. So hold on. Tiny the artist, how's it going? 2 of the favorites. Okay, I'm going to minimize you guys. Hold on. Uno momento. Page you, and then Mickey, where'd you go? Right there. I don't know why this is the thing, but shout out to Lilac Bloom for teaching me this. Should work. There we go.
Can you see me now?
There we go. Okay, let me turn the volume up so I can hear you. Can everybody see and hear us both?
As long as you can hear me, we're good.
Okay, let me turn it up. I can hear you now.
Okay.
Heck yeah. All right. Welcome in, you guys. All right. What you got?
Of course you can't, Moody. Okay, here's what I want to tell everybody. I know everybody has their own opinion on rewards. Okay. And I know you're like petrified of doing it, first and foremost. Rewards are my jam. Let me tell you why. Let me just sell you on something, if I can, for a moment. Okay. How can we say thank you to our shoppers? How can we say thank you for coming back? Okay. How can we say thank you for coming back to me again and again? What's the incentive for somebody to come shop with me? There's 100 different card sellers on the app. Hey, hi, Reworkers Passion, right? Why should they come back and shop with me besides my sparkling personality? There's another incentive, right? So the incentive is rewards. Now, not everybody uses it, and that's fine. That's their prerogative. But if you make it fun or something enjoyable and worth their while to earn, not just the picture, but like make it worth their while, then it feels like a community of like, hey, I appreciate you, you appreciate me. It's a win-win, right?
I like that actually because it's truly not just about the money, and I know a lot of people do look at it like that. It is a different perspective looking at it as a customer appreciation instead of a purchase incentive. Um, and yeah, I think that would communicate like, "Hey, this is how much I appreciate you." So,
Yeah, and so the
yeah.
other thing I wanna point out is because some of us sell in multi-categories, right? So there
Mhm.
you can add I pulled mine up just to show. You can add multiple rewards within a thing, right? So within tiers, you can have multiple rewards, and you can do it by percentage or dollar amount.
Mhm.
So let's say you sell smaller items like minis that maybe are like $4 or $5, but you also sell Fenton glass vases that go for $50. You can create a higher, like a dollar amount, maybe like $5 or $7 off a $50 purchase, but you can also create a 10% off a $5 purchase. You can do both, and you get to dictate that.
Wait, say that again? So if you have expensive stuff and inexpensive stuff, you're saying that this would, um that buyers would opt for the one that fit their type of purchase better,
Exactly.
so
Exactly. And you get to dictate. So, like, I choose my percentages. I don't do dollar amounts because I don't generally sell a higher discount, right? But you get to choose the
I
minimum
see.
purchase amount. So maybe to use that $5 or $10 off, they might have to spend 50 or $60.
Mhm.
So, but maybe you also have smaller items and you're willing to discount it 10%. You can also go into your analytics, right? And you can see if you go into your analytics once you start using it, you can see your orders and everything else and the dollar amount, right? And the difference in the coupon spend. So like here in tier 1, $48 was spent. Okay?
Mhm.
Okay, so that means though that I can use that as a marketing expense at the end of the year
Oh,
for taxes.
$48, in worth of coupons?
Right, that's how
So
much of a
okay, so
discount. Obviously, like,
that's
they
really
take
nice
it
that it
from
tells you
like, if
that.
they're doing 10% off $3, it's 30 cents, right? But enough people used them. Did it cost me $48? Technically, yes, right? I didn't receive that $48, but I now have a marketing expense that I can write off at the end of the year, and on top of that,
Mhm.
I've built a community, and I'm considering it advertising because my numbers aren't where I want them to be yet. I have big goals of where I wanna go. Okay, that $48 that I didn't promote, I got people who wanted to be in my room, I didn't have to run a giveaway for any of that stuff, I didn't have to pay shipping for any of those things. That was somebody making a purchase, paying for the shipping. They did that part. Build it into your pricing.
Um,
And
that
that
is a
was
good
just
way
for
of
tier
looking at
1,
it
right? So you
too.
can go through each tier in the analytics and look at it. And maybe
But
tonight, because I have a community show, I might talk more about this type of stuff and like do a deep dive because I don't want to overtake your show.
ooh,
I just know it's something that you're kind of like on the fence of. And I just want people to think of like like we tend to go into seller mode. And what does it do to us as a seller? But what are we doing for the buyer?
mhm.
What are we providing for that experience? Why is rewards important? I've gone into some shows and they're like really hard to achieve. Well, okay, that didn't help me any, right? I make my first few tiers fairly simple. I want people to get the coupons. I don't want it to be like, oh, it's a hidden thing. Like, otherwise, what's the point of having it?
Yeah.
So, like, my first one to even get to, you can spend $10 or more. You can purchase one product, or maybe you don't want to spend any money. Maybe you're like, you're on a freeze or whatever. Great. Just watch me 3 times for 10 minutes. Cool. No big deal. Right? Now you've gotten You've hung out with me for at least 30 minutes. Okay, 30 minutes, I'll give you for that. You're going to get 10% off a $3 purchase because that's my product, right? And what works for my product. I also give multiple. I give 7. Now
Oh, snap.
you might be like, why did you pick 7? I'm so glad you didn't ask. Because the next reward that you get is when you spend $30. So I'm helping them reach the next reward.
That's pretty clever. That's pretty clever. I hope everyone caught how she just, in case anyone didn't like put that together, she set up her reward strategically to segue into the next tier. I don't hear anybody say that. I think that's the first I've heard someone say that. That's pretty genius.
Well, that's because nobody listens to me. We've gone over this. Um,
You guys bookmark Mickey's show tonight. Bookmark, especially if you've never been to a Mickey show, you're missing out and you need to.
So anyway, I wanted you to know that this can be a thing and it can be the best thing ever. Hey, Curly Q. And on my second one now, oh look, I give a 15% off for $5 and I give 10% off still 3. And look at now they get 5 coupons here and 5 coupons here. Because I do have some higher priced items. I'm willing for that 15%. Great. You've just spent some money with me. I'm going to give you more. Let me entice you for my extra, more expensive items in my shop.
Yeah.
So,
I
and
like
again,
it.
oh, look, it helps you get to your next reward level.
Are we all taking notes? Because
So
I
you
think this
guys
is
do
the
what's
way.
best for you. I just wanted to show that it doesn't have to be like this. Oh my gosh, it's going to cost me so much money. Okay, but what are you building in return for that if you're not where you want to be yet as a seller?
Well, and that's the perfect point, is that does the math? Are the incentives, because we should be rewarding the customer, the buyer, but that exchange should also reward our business. So it should be a win-win. It
Exactly.
shouldn't just be like a one-way thing.
Right. And again, not every business model is set up to use rewards. And I understand that. I just think, though, that if we build it into our pricing and into our experience for our show and what we want it to be for our community ourselves in our shows, then it all makes sense. And it's like this like kumbaya of things. Yeah, I know Natural State. She does private shows, right? And you just give away stuff. And there's so many advantages to giving like once a quarter doing a specific show just for those rewards members. How cool is that? It's elite. It's like you're part of a club. I want to be part of that Natural State Club and get that membership to gold, right?
That's probably, without being a user of that myself, that's probably my favorite thing, is the private show option. For that reason, which is, I find it kind of curious because it does counter the whole like buyer's giveaway. Like you can't require like purchase based prizes, but a private show is purchase based, but it's somehow legal wise it's like it passes. And so that, like Natural State of High says, that is the the way to do it. That is the way to go about that in like a legit way. So 100%.
So anyway, you can boot me off. I just wanted to come on because I know it's something that you've been like kind of on the fence about. And I, like you said, test the waters. Don't go like super crazy your first time. This is me tweaking it. This is, I think, my 3rd or 4th season of tweaking it. And I finally have found, like, as I've changed categories, like my sweet spot of what I'm comfortable with, right? Financially and community wise. So, but I'm a big believer that even when I get to wherever it is that I want to be, that I still always want to give back to my community, because without them, I don't get to where I'm going anyway.
Yeah. I think I personally just don't have the steady volume in order to create the rewards yet. So this year we're just finally getting into like structured sales foundation. And so maybe next year, maybe by Q4, but maybe next year we'll dive into it. Hello, hello.
Okay, here's my challenge
So
to you.
we'll
Are you
see.
ready? I'm giving you a challenge.
Okay, go.
Okay.
Like, do I want to sign up for this? Let me see.
I want
Okay.
you to test out the waters in a small way, right?
Mm.
Even now. And the reason why is when you get to that point where you are like, I'm going to launch this, you will have done the homework at a lower amount and you will feel it out to see what it feels like and what it can do for you. And you have room now to tweak it and to grow with it. And again, I'm not saying that you start with that 5% if that's what makes you comfortable, but exactly, maybe it helps build the volume. So start small this first quarter,
I would
right?
do like 1%, literally.
I would say, but then
But you get a
like,
cool badge. You get a cool
make
badge.
it start to play around, get used to the buttons of it, right? Get used to the buttons, get used to setting it up, get used to what feels comfortable. Maybe you just do $1 off a $10 purchase. It also, and I know you'll appreciate this. I don't listen to him a lot, but I know that you are a fan of listening to Green 13. I
Mhm.
want you to think about if I'm bidding $8 and somebody outbids me, I have a purpose to swipe and go higher using that coupon.
That's true. That is true.
So I challenge you for this upcoming season to just exactly. It doesn't mean that it's going to be used in every purchase, and maybe only allow one coupon for each thing to get used to what it is. Get used to the button so that when next year comes and you're like ready to go full throttle, it's not even a thought. You're like, okay, I know what this does. I know what this does. I know what this does, and it's going off like without a hitch.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. I'll
And
set up rewards and they're
yeah.
going to be minimum on every single tier. How's that?
And you get to like
I'll do it like
choose
that.
your minimum. So that's my
Mhm.
challenge to you is to just test it out and play with the buttons and look at the analytics and get the feedback from it and adjust accordingly.
Fair enough. I
Yes.
like it. I'm being
Score.
challenged,
Okay,
you
now you
guys,
can boot
so we'll
me.
do it.
Like work here is done.
We'll do it. I appreciate your service. Tell us really quick before we boot you about your show tonight, just for anyone who didn't
I just
fully
have
catch
it
that.
scheduled as a community show. I have this rule. I don't know that it's the best rule I've ever come up with, that if I say I'm going to show up, that I'm going to show up. And sometimes I'm not always, I don't want to say I'm not in the mood to sell, but sometimes I'm not prepared to sell at my best or whatever. So on those nights, like I just change it to community and community, right? Like,
Mhm.
and so tonight's a community show. But otherwise, I sell generally. My resin stuff has been coming back. I've been making more
Which
resin
I
items
love.
and
I've been
showing and
seeing that.
selling. I've been doing swap playing cards. I do paper. I do a little bit of everything.
Heck yeah. Excited about the resin pieces.
So yeah, I
Personally. Heck yeah.
got guilted into it again. So what's set for tomorrow? Crap, what's set for tomorrow? My community one? I probably put the wrong date. It'll be changed by tonight. Don't worry. I'll get
Good
there.
call. Good call. All right,
Okay,
you
thank
guys,
you. I'll talk to you
bookmark.
later.
Thank you. Thank you. Can you know how to boot yourself?
I'm working on it.
Or should I?
It won't let me. Hold on.
All right, here we go. All right, you there? We good? All right. Yeah, if you guys haven't been to a Mickey show, you need to. You are missing out on some of the best of whatnot. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So got a couple shows for tomorrow. That's like a whatnot phenomenon. William and Zelby, welcome in. The new folks that just came in during that co-host sesh, welcome in. Thanks for hopping in here. You're coming into a chat show today, talking about all things Rewards Club, just having like a casual kind of discussion prompted from season 8 starting up pretty soon. TJ, I did get your message. So July 1st is the launch of season 8. Rainbow Robots. Good name. How you doing? So July 1st. So there's time to think about it. And we're just going to start the brainstorm sesh early, so you can really dial it in. And I appreciate the challenge. I will set up rewards club. I know what I want for like the tiers and stuff, which we'll dive into this little nuances of the things and how to set it up, because that's kind of the 5 talking points for today, the 5 chews. Mine's going to be emojis, but the discounts associated, that's what I hadn't landed on, because if where I'm sitting, and everyone should do what works for them, where I'm sitting, I don't have the baseline to work off of, and I don't have the margins to be able to like look at analytically and say this is what would make sense, right? So I'm okay with doing like just setting them up and doing like the minimum on everything, just to, like you say, like put it in motion. But don't expect, I'm just calibrating the expectations. Don't expect nothing crazy from here, at least for the first season. So you can make them woodpecker reward. Oh, they're gonna be, I got like some emojis to brand them. June 2nd. Wait, no, it's June 2nd for you, July 1st. Oh, setting my own deadline. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. So June 2nd is the official start. All right, copy that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So let me pull up I'll start with a quote. I guess you guys that frequent here, you know, like I love me some quotes. Today's is relevant, and I quote, to just keep in mind throughout this chat, it's not meant to be easy, and that's why it's so rewarding. I think this is a good quote because with Rewards Club, we like to okay, so depending on how we're using it. So as Mickey was saying, she likes to use rewards more as customer appreciation. And so that would be like, you know, makes sense. And especially for that lowest bronze and what is it, silver, the lowest 2 tiers, to make it easy and very like entry level friendly and that kind of thing. But as it works up, like nobody should be getting those top 2, 3 tiers too easily, because then it's not really rewarding. My opinion only. The best things come with a little bit of work or a little bit of effort, right? So the kind of that mentality. But either case, I'm not doing a woodpecker. There's too many. I'm not doing a woodpecker, but I will show once I make them, and they'll make a lot of sense, and based off of the visual aspect that we're going to talk about. But we'll start with the tiers themselves. Whatnot gives us 5 tiers to rename however we want, right? And along with designate however we want, and then we can pick the name and we can pick the like badge that goes along with them. But the tiers themselves, these are all just my opinion, but they represent levels of who is in our room. Who is in our room? Bent, how's it going? You guys, if anyone's not following Bent Mandrell, that's another amazing human being that is like some of the best to whatnot. Incredible crafter on top of an incredible human being. And so if you're not familiar or acquainted, definitely bookmark one of them shows. So okay, I just want to make sure we're lined up right here. So the tier, the tiers are who's in our room, basically. I'll try to buzz through these like, you know, reasonably, like keep me on pace, you guys, keep me on pace, okay? So we have 5 tiers, right? Whatnot gave us like, you know, bronze, what is silver, gold, platinum, diamond, something like that. But really, it's not about the name, it's about what they represent. This is the point. The chew for the tiers is, what do these tiers actually represent? Because to achieve each one of them, it's consecutive, right? You have to hit bronze before you can get to the next one. You have to hit that one before you can get to the next one. It's a journey up our tier ladder, as it were, right? And so the the buyers at the bronze tier are simply not the same supporters as are at the top tier, and just really chewing on like who is at each tier. This is the number one. So in my view, they kind of go something, and you guys can come up with your own kind of designation, but they go something like bronze is like the frequent flyer. Bronze is, to me, is like the frequent flyer. Most of the bronze badges I see are from that watch time, right? Myself included. But that's the one tier that you don't actually have to be a buyer, right? You can unlock that buying something, but you don't have to. You can simply watch, and that's unique to the bronze tier. So the bronze tier to me is like, these are the ones who are returning to your show, most likely. Someone might come in and just swipe and then leave, or like a raid train or something. But in general, these are the ones who are coming back frequently to your show. So to me, this is the frequent flyer tier, right? If you see, yeah. So if you see someone with that badge, that bronze badge next to their name in your chat, you can identify this is a frequent flyer. This is someone who not just visited one or two shows, they're coming back to my show, right? If you see all bronze badges in your chat, this is all your frequent flyers, right? And so just recognizing and putting those two things together is like, this is who this is, right? So bronze tier, frequent flyers. Silver tier to me is supporters. This is the ones who make like a purchase or two, mostly out of support from where I'm sitting and what I see. Exceptions to everything, and these are not by any means like rules across the board, but just like general kind of way to think about it. More so. So me personally, when I'm unlocking this tier, I'm supporting, right? Like I'm not, if I'm being honest, like I don't buy a whole lot on Whatnot. I had to put an end to that like fairly in the first year, you know what I mean? But I do buy here and there, and usually it's out of support, right? And so this kind of lands in the silver tier. Gold tier, the middle tier, this is our actual buyers. There can be some overlap. Some supporters buy frequently, right? But to make it to the gold tier, you're at minimum making multiple purchases. So whether they're out of support or whether you just need the products, really want them, you're a buyer. You're officially a buyer. That's who you are. When you come into the show, there's a decent chance you're going to buy something, right? Gold tier, right? What is it above that? Platinum? Is it platinum tier? Above that, our fourth tier. This is someone who is like bread and butter repeat buyer. Like if you're getting, and this analogy kind of helps us to figure out like how we want to set up our tiers, because if we can determine who is at each tier, then it'll help us determine if we're using them for like purchase incentives. It can help us determine like what incentives make sense to reach those thresholds, right? If I want my gold tier to represent this type of buyer, here's how I would set up the incentives for that tier, if that makes sense. So for this platinum tier, this is like Purdue fan. Hello, hello. For this platinum tier, this is like this person's buying. This is a buyer, a repeat buyer. Just as Mickey says, like buyer appreciation for sure. If it wasn't before, for sure should be in order for this tier. Because this is like, if someone's reaching the platinum, gold, platinum, diamond tier in our rewards club, these are the buyers who are making our live sales journey possible. These are this is who it is, right? These are the folks that are supporting to that degree that you couldn't do this without those tiers, without those buyers, those people, right? Those are the ones making it sustainable. Those are the ones putting dollars in our bank account so we can continue to do what we do. And if we think about it in that light, it may change like how we set it up, right? What the reward is, for instance. And so this by the time we get to platinum, this is like bread and butter, like you have a relationship with these buyers that like they're keeping your business afloat because they're repeat buying to that degree or spending that amount of money when they are buying. So like almost top tier, right? Like very much like love this tier so much, right? Only one above that, and that's diamond, right? Welcome in, you guys. We're talking rewards club today. The only one above that is diamond, and this is simply the top supporter. This is the one that's like, I could go buy from other people, but I'm choosing you every time. Like that's our diamond tier. That's who that is, right? So when we see that badge in our chat, right, that is who is in our room. If we hit a raid train, battle of the best and something, and we see these diamond badges in our chat, those are the top supporter. Those are like the biggest fans of your work, especially if you're, I want to say, especially if you're handmade, because your products are specific and branded. That if someone's making like these tiers, these top 2 tiers, they're about your work specifically. They appreciate your craftsmanship, what you bring to the table. Like that's who that is, right? They're the ones who are probably like telling friends about you, and they're like tapping in every time you're doing auction shows. Like that's who it is, right? So I just want to lead with that because I don't think tiers are just a matter of like metals. You know what I mean? I think they represent what type of buyers these are that are frequenting our shows and in our rooms, right? And that's not to say that anyone is necessarily like more valuable than the other. I think it's more like apples and oranges, right? Because bronze tier, we might have 100 bronze tier members and only 3 platinum diamond members, but and then different numbers in between, but each level is still like at your show, part of your business in these different ratios, and kind of deserves in its own right rewards that make sense for those. Like there should be valued in their own right for all the different things that they bring to that relationship, if that makes sense. But it just goes to say that they're different. They simply are different. So that said, we transition over to names. So once we identify like who these folks are that are at each of these tiers, we can go, what do I want to name them? Right? We can leave the metals. We can leave the, welcome you guys. We can leave the bronze, silver, gold, platinum, diamond tier names if we want to. But we also have the opportunity, which didn't always used to be there. They maybe implemented it like a year ago or something, that we can name them, which means we can brand them, which means we can make them more fun, which means we can do like Mickey does, and you make it like a club that you want to be, that folks want to be a part of, right? Are you getting beaver kisses? Why not? You better, come to 2 more shows so you can get them beaver kisses, right? Like you want to be in the club. If you want a banana next to your name when you're in Mickey's chat, then you know what to do. You know what I mean? Make it a club because that's part of the incentive, right? So we can leave it metals, or we can really brainstorm like, what kind of club do my viewers want to be a part of? What makes sense with my brand? What would incentivize folks swiping just to have that designation? Like that's a thing. Yeah, everybody should want beaver kisses. Everybody. Excuse me. And so there's a marketing opportunity with the names. That's the main point for this one. There's a marketing opportunity. And with the idea that the names can act as like carrots that we're dangling to like incentivize even taking part in the rewards program itself. Because like I was saying before, I like who I like. Everybody has their like favorite people on the app, and I don't buy a ton. However, rewards clubs, typically because of those reasons, like I'm not like super incentivized by them, but if I am going to be incentivized, it's because there was like this stuff that went into it. If I see rewards clubs that are bronze, so I have to think about it every time, bronze, silver, gold, platinum, diamond, if I see that, I'm not even looking at it. If I'm being honest, this could just be me, right? It could just be me. But like I don't care. I guess is the way, and not to throw shade. Everybody to each their own. I'm just saying, like my perspective, it's like it's not fun. It's not. It doesn't. It just simply doesn't do anything for me personally. Um, Let me know if you guys feel the same way about that. But if it's like if there's nothing really special to it, I'm like, I'm good. I don't know. I'm just not interested. I don't know. It just is a thing, right? Thanks for the hearts, you guys. So, um, can see Kimmy D, what's up? You're always just sneaking in there in ninja mode. How's it going? How's it going? As an artist, creativity is a buy-in press. That's an amazing point. What Zodi said, like if there's an artist, especially, we hear this feedback. Artists have it hard out here. Can we just all acknowledge that? Like we get judged extra if we don't art at every opportunity, right? Like God forbid we use an AI thumbnail. People like, I'm not buying art from you if you're using AI. Where are your values at? Come on, you know what I mean? Same with rewards club. You know what I mean? It's just it is a thing. I'm just saying it's harder. It's hard out here for some artists. Have fun with it. That's the thing. When we're coming and we don't have to rush into these rewards systems and how we set it up. But if we are going to set it up, really, really consider if we're going to do it, get the most bang for the buck, right? Like make the tiers branded and fun and use them for marketing because the tier names themselves are going to incentivize, my opinion, leaps and bounds more than the percentage of the coupons and stuff like that, right? Because you don't even, that's like an afterthought. That's like a second thought. Everything I'm saying is only me based on like my buying habits and this kind of thing. So like, please, nobody take this as any kind of like official word. But I know it's not just me. So I feel like it's share worthy. Yeah. If I had a coupon, I would name it bird paint droppings. You know what? I'd probably buy into that. I'd probably buy into that. That'd be just for the creativity alone. You know what I mean? Like when someone has the cool screen name that you're like, that would have never occurred to me to come up with that. Like I buy into that type of creativity for sure. So if you're creative with your rewards, expand this right here. So if you're creative with your rewards club, we artists appreciate it more. It's true. It is true. Glam Goblin, welcome in. I like set in mind. So once you join the next level, you don't ever pay the full price. So I do 30 plus coupons per level. Wow. But are making the wheels turn. And that's one of the things I like about Rewards Club, just as an onlooker, is that like everybody truly does it their own way. Like there's a lot of flexibility within it. And if that works, then that's great. That's super great. So yeah, with the names, just make them fun. And this connects to the next thing too, and applies to the next thing too, which is the visuals, the avatars, the badges themselves, right? We didn't always used to be able to customize these either. What was it, like crowns? Or the actual, like, maybe it was actual like a diamond and a coin or something like that, but it was like metals or whatever. And they made it so that we can customize them. So the opportunity here, there's a couple things with this one, because the opportunity to make it more fun, we're very visual creatures, right? And so like we are attracted to this specific portion of the rewards club a lot, right? Oh yeah, for sure. Um, and the visuals should match those names, right? They should match the fun names. And so, for example's sake, check out Mickey Height Normal Designs rewards. The names match the photos. You would think this was kind of a no-brainer, but you'd be surprised. Be surprised. Some rewards you're like, how? You're like, am I stupid? How does that go together? What am I looking at here? It makes it. Let's try not to confuse the buyers and the viewers if we can. If we can, I'm just saying, if the visuals go with the name, it's like a shoe in. It's just more better. Okay, it's just more better. The names and icon was the most fun part about set. I believe that too. So that said, I know there's like a couple requirements when it comes to the badge images. Like it has to be a certain like pixels, or it can't be, oh, what was it? It can't be anything copywritten, of course. So you can't use like, Disney characters, for instance. It can't be, I don't know. I don't remember off the top, but there, again, the whole write up is in the show notes. There's a link in there to copy and paste, but there are like certain stipulations, but most stuff is fair game to use for this. And Sid, welcome in, welcome in. And the visuals are just a great opportunity to capture attention, because once they're awarded, they're attached to the folks who have them in your chat. And so it's a constant marketing, branding flow in our chat, should we choose our visuals with that in mind, right? And so from the incentive lens, they have to be something that the buyers and viewers can see, even like what they are in our chat, because they're freaking tiny, you guys. And maybe if you're watching on a big screen or a computer, but like most of us are looking on our phones, those little badges are freaking tiny, right? So having that in mind when we create them, because if you can't see what it is, you can't be incentivized to earn it, right? Or if you can't see what the difference is, right? If you have, and this was one of the thing with the medals that's notable, is that, if you're in someone's chat, and especially if it's moving kind of fast, but you can have bronze, silver, gold, platinum, diamond all in the same chat, but they all kind of look alike. Like you don't immediately recognize who's who or how many of who is there, right? And so for the visuals, keeping this in mind, I think it's pairs. It's got to pair with the tiered names, but it's also got to pair in like distinguishable ways. And so if you're to be part of that club, it shows, right? Does that make sense? It's like it shows. And so it might have been Shop 801 Lane that did it the most simple way and just did different colored dots, right? Just red, yellow, blue, purple, black, or something like that, just dots, right? And when you see that, you understand immediately how much more effective that is when it's like complicated images that just really don't work for just the tiniest, I'm talking like 3 millimeter um visual real estate, right? Like some pictures, like a whole logo is like, you can't see that, right? So just the simplest, ideally color coded to some degree, images are perfect, right? Because then you can see who's who, right? And if you want to be in the club and you want to wear that badge, you want it to be distinguishable from the other ones. So there's that, right? I'll just put it like this, last thing. If your bronze badge looks just like the gold badge, you instantly lose the incentive to go achieve that because it's close enough, right? So distinguishing them visually. And actually, there's one more note about visuals I want to add here. Country Bougie, how you doing? I'm excited about them origamis. If you guys missed Country Bougie's origami show, he did he low key has like origami skills and he knows how to make all these different things, but he was doing them with Hershey Kisses wrappers in this like ASMR kind of a deal. And I'm super excited because I like to do like scavenger hunts and like hide and seek type of stuff with my kid and my youngest. And so we're gonna do like a whole thing, and she's gonna find these little miniatures and she's gonna like swoon. So excited about that. Yes, I'm considering redoing mine so it's more obvious. I'd be interested to hear if you do that, Zodi, if you notice a difference between them, right? I'll be curious. Thanks for the hearts, you guys. You can change names and images. This is a great point. Thank you for mentioning that. And actually, so I should say too, we have these like 5 talking points. But then also I did skim that article this morning and I screenshot like a couple of things. And so if we have time, I'll highlight some of those things, kind of like fun facts. And that's one of them, is that even though we can't change the tiers themselves, like the incentives and this kind of stuff, unless we like get with Whatnot and they have to approve it and stuff, we can change the names and the badges at any point. We can do that. And so good to know, right? Good to know. Test out different things until something hits. Yeah, 100%. 100%. So the last little thing, so what I write down here? So for visuals, I wrote making it identifiable to the chat and to you, which I'll circle back to. But then having them branded is a bonus, right? Mickey's got the banana. I wouldn't expect anything less, right? Because that's part of her brand. A Reworker's Passion has soaps. I wouldn't expect anything less because that's her brand, right? If they're branded, it makes sense to the buyers and like they're buying what they're buying into, right? Having them simple and having them attractive, you know. But the other little thing to add to this is I wrote down, so these visuals can be created with the buyers in mind and the viewers in mind, but they can also be created with us, the seller, in mind, because going back to when we're designating our tiers and identifying like who is at each of these tiers, that's data. If we assign a visual badge to help us identify immediately, especially in a fast chat, who this is in our room, that can help us as the seller, because that gives us data on who's in our room. For instance, like I was saying earlier, with if you're in Battle of the Best Raid Train, but just if you're in any show, right, and you have your badges color coded of your rewards, and so you, the seller, can easily identify who's in your room. Say you're doing an auction show and you have 50 items that you're trying to, that's your goal, is to sell 50 items, right? If you look at your chat and you see that they are all, or mostly, say mostly bronze tier, so mostly your frequent flyers, you might run your auctions a little differently than if you look and you see that it's all like your top 2 tiers, right? So if you look and see by the badges and you can instantly identify this is supporters or this is top buyers, that can change your strategy for how you sell in that show, right? You could be like, oh shoot, I got all the top buyers in here, dollar starts, let's go. You know what I mean? But if it's supporters, you might approach it a little differently of like, well, you know, like I'll be lucky to get like 1 or 2 swipes here, so why don't maybe we run some giveaways? Maybe we'll do a flash sale on this. Maybe we'll aim for like a community boost. Maybe we'll do this other stuff, right? So our strategy can be different depending on like the buyer behavior, because that's what those those badges can tell us, should we set them up like that? Like, what is the buyer behavior in my room? So just something to think about there. The next thing, I know this is a lot. Barb, how you doing? Barb's Little Red Barn, the cutest name. Welcome in, welcome in. We're talking rewards club today. So the next thing is the rewards themselves. And this is a short one. The main takeaway with this one is what I wrote down is simply to make it's got a math. It's got a math, right? The math has to math. We saw so many people get wrecked in the first rewards club season that like I feel like it's worth emphasizing the math has to math. If we don't have 30% margins, we don't have any business offering 30% discounts. The math has to math. If we have if we think in theory 10% off of everything makes a lot of sense, like that's fine, but are we offering okay? And I'm going to keep circling back to different things that Mickey said. Her rewards club is set up as a buyer appreciation, and she considers it a marketing expense. Okay, so if it's a marketing expense, it's in the same pot as the other marketing expenses that we have. And so 10% might seem like very reasonable, right? That's a win-win. Basically covers, maybe it covers shipping, maybe it covers, taxes, whatever, depending on the cost of the goods or whatever, purchase prices. But it just seems like a nice round number that just is like nobody's mad about 10%, right? But is that supplemental to giveaways? That 10% marketing expense, is that supplemental to giveaways? Is that supplemental to I don't know, like other coupons that are not like attached to that? I know you can only use one at a time, but like what else is in that pot, right? So just the bottom line is the math has to math. If we look at our numbers, and this is why I say part of the reservation for me starting rewards club is because I'll be honest, I wasn't really trying to offer like 1%, but I will do that because I do think like dabbling with it isn't a terrible idea. However, I'm not personally at a place where I can offer significant discounts that are incentive wise significant because I don't have the margins for it, right? And I don't have the stability of like inventory replenishment, right? I know that some handmade folks understand this, like if and it has to factor in, right? Because if you have rewards that say, hey, you got to buy 10 things to hit this reward, well, you better be offering the amount of things that, if you say, I'll use a different example. If you say over the course of 3 months of this reward season, someone would have to purchase 50 items from me to hit that diamond tier. You have to be able to generate an offer and be auctioning the volume of goods so that one single person or multiple can hit that tier. If you can't offer the volume that matches with the thresholds of purchases that are required to hit those, then there's no point because it doesn't math. It doesn't make sense. Was trying to set yours up today. Heck yeah, Barb. Well, I'm glad you're here too, because that's all we're talking about. You guys, so there are rewatch stickers in the shop. I did bump them to $2 because we're also multicasting on YouTube now. And so, and they come with a thank you. It is a little sticker decal. But they come with a card too. And so those are in the bin if anybody does want the rewatch. But we figured out how to multicast on YouTube. So all the chat shows from last week on will be available there as well. So so no purchase is really necessary. But if you want, they're there. Did start and chickened out. Moody, just ease into it. Just ease into it is what I would say. It does seem like a lot, but once you go through it, then It's kind of like one of those things you learn by doing, right? You go through the steps and get it set up, and then have everything like real minimal, like we were talking about earlier. And then if you learn that like, oh, this and that doesn't work, then don't do that for the next season. You know what I mean? If I can give back 10%, let's take a $10 item. That's just about the cost of the Givey ship. Yeah. Yeah, that's because the giveaways freaking um some people love them, some people are anti, which is fine. But if they are like, I can offer givvies, and my givvies are appreciation as well. They're like thank you givvies. But I can do those more than others, probably because I don't do rewards club, right? So my marketing expense, that like is my marketing expense. You know what I mean? And so like but if people are doing multiple things and it's like a larger pot, then it makes it you can put less into each of the things if there's more things in the pot. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, season 8, shoot, is flying by. Okay, so that's the main thing with the rewards themselves, is when we're looking at this is the point where we have to adult and be like, put our business owner hat on and our accountant hat on and our financials department hat on, and really look at, does this math? That's the main thing. And it has to math in a way, which the second part of this is where it's a win-win, kind of alluded to earlier, for the buyer and the seller. If they are like straight incentives to, again, like Mickey's is set up great, where it basically is set up to where each tier segues you silver spoon style into the next tier. That's a perfect way to just hold the buyer's hand and just walk them right along up the tiers. Some kind of financial, like, this is exactly strategy. This is exactly why this is set up the way that it is. And if I'm the buyer, if I'm the seller, I'm happy with this margin and this, and I think Cash brought up earlier, not everybody uses the rewards. And so there is that to factor in. But like, if you as the seller are happy with it, you as the buyer, are you happy with it as well? So if you the seller and you the buyer are happy with the rewards on both sides, then it's a win-win, and it's perfect, right? It doesn't have to be over the top. I remember seeing some folks do like 50% discounts, and I was like, huh? Why are we doing that? There's no way. There's no way. We know generally what things cost. We know what the fees are on the back end. We know what the shipping materials costs, time or money to get. We know, you know what I mean? And so when it's like something silly that is like 50% off, you're like, you're literally paying for people to take that from you. Like, there's no need to do all that. Just whatever incentive you would be happy with as a buyer, offer that, right? It doesn't have to be anything crazy. I know, they really, dude, some of them, I don't even know. Do you guys know what is the max discount you can offer? Is it like 90%? Like, could you do like 99% off if you wanted to? Or is it like, is there a cap on there? Could you do 100% off? Could you do 100? Whoever's watching on YouTube, thank you. Thank you. Getting some watch hours over there. Welcome in, Aurora. Leaning towards doing a dollar amount off instead of a percentage. Definitely find what works. And really, I want to say, just from anecdotal observation, that analytics are just going to be the best friend. Like, we might think this makes sense in the beginning, but the buyers will choose and tell you with their buying behavior what actually they prefer. And it could be dollars off, it could be percentage, it could be like different amounts or different percentages. So like, I feel like it's fair to just kind of start somewhere and then just be prepared to tweak it along the way. You can do 100% off. Okay, maybe I'll set my tiers up so where it's like 1%, 1%, 1%, 1%, and then once you get to diamond, it's like 100% off off a custom or something. I'm not really gonna do that, but something. Maybe if we do it on like because we can set up the rewards like the last week of the season, right? I'll just do like that and just have like, okay, this is the day. This is the day. It's market day. You better climb up and get all them rewards in one day. It's the only opportunity. Something like that. You can do, hello, Georgia Spines. You can do a percentage and then cap the amount, the dollar amount. It works. You can do a percentage and oh yeah, and then cap the dollar amount it works on. Yes. Yeah, they really make it flexible. So I mean, which is probably where some folks get overwhelmed at trying to decide because it is like a lot of math when you're really trying to like what is the exact best way to do it, you know. So I understand where a lot of people just say, hey, it's just 10% off for everything, 5% off for everything, because you know, keep it simple, right? But 10% on a $3, yeah, that's just the transaction fee or whatever. Papa and Red Dirt, welcome in. It does make sense. Hello, hello. So true. Didn't think about it like that. Was worried with doing the dollar amount because, yeah. So, and for that, what I would say maybe is like if you see a certain type of reward that you're like, this would be ideal, except for blank. Really look at that with a magnifying glass and see, just like this one, like, did they actually work that concern into the sauce already, because they might have already found a way to address it with those price maxes and stuff. So could totally do that. 100% off for the highest tier up to $4. I'm just saying there's options. It would be kind of fun because I don't know, like some incentives are like you're like, dang, I just want to get that just cause I can, and just cause I just kind of want to unlock that because it'd be fun, you know. 100% off the customer feels like, yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. And then you probably go tell a friend. You'd be like, dude, I just got 100% off. You believe that shit? 100% off? Crazy. You're making me want to resurrect Lunch and Learns. I dare you to do it. I dare you to do it. Yeah, talk about coupons. Dude, Cash, I'm telling you, if there was any seller could make a whole regular chat show just about coupons and incentives because so many sellers don't understand them. Don't understand them. That is like a whole seller support in itself. Like on just like how some sellers have ongoing shipping support because it's constantly needed. Coupons are the same. It's like people don't understand these coupons. Matter of fact, people don't even understand like the people don't understand the coupon. Anything that has to do with their numbers is worthy of seller support. I'll just feel like that. I'll just feel like that. Lost Mermaid, how you doing? Welcome in. I give out hella coupons and barely anybody uses them. Really interesting. Interesting. What do you think it is? What do you think is the kicker? But it gets buyers invested in coming back and returning and shopping, even though they forget to save. You know, I'll be honest, sometimes I'm not saying this is you, I'm not sure. I think probably case by case, but sometimes I don't use, like I was saying from the beginning, I'm not a big like rewards club user. I like the badges. I'm a bronze badge like champ. Like that's me. I'm in the shows, I'm getting my watch time, I'm supporting in that way. Sometimes I buy, it's very rare, but I'm not super interested in the coupons, but part of that reason is because I don't if I'm buying from sellers, I'm wanting to support full price for those purchases. If I'm being honest, especially if it's handmade or especially if it's a reseller that I know that the margins are slim or whatever. I personally just prefer to pay the full price, like to me, that just I feel better about that. That said, if somebody had like large margins and I could tell they had large margins, I would be way more apt, is that the right word, to use them coupons. Squatch. Hey babe. You know what I mean? So it's like I wonder is anybody else like that? Do you like not use coupons because you don't want to take that from the seller? Or is that a me thing? I don't think I've ever asked that. But that could just be a me thing. I don't know. Different buyer behavior. Kelly's Place, how you doing? You do that too? Yeah, I don't know. Even like if it's like a flash sale or something. It's like that with a lot of stuff. It's like, I don't know. You do that as well, Barb? I prefer not to use coupons on here, but will at the supermarket. Yeah, heck yeah. If I'm going to Safeway, do you know they charge you like freaking $400 for a grocery cart full now in Washington? Like, I'm using the coupons. I'm putting my phone number in, and you better give me all them, give me all them damn discounts. But yeah, on Whatnot, it's like small business. I'm like, dude, I'll pay the 10%. You know what I mean? Like, I'd rather, I don't know, it just feels like a better transaction. Whatnot 8. Envy says hello, you guys. Freaking ridiculous. Is that a new one? Freaking ridiculous. Oh shoot, Rainbow. I'm in Bremerton, right across from Seattle. Are you familiar? We neighbors. The Squatch is here too. There's a few Washingtonians. The number is growing. I'm waiting for the Whatnot Washington meetup. Actually, stay posted, Rainbow, because maybe next summer there's going to be a Whatnot meetup up here. Probably on the west side, maybe east side, like Leavenworth. Heck yeah. I think I missed something. Envy distracted me. What was the let's see. Curly Key said, I do feel guilty sometimes about using the coupons, especially on handmade. Yeah, and it's just, I mean, we shouldn't, right? Because it's still supporting their, hey, but we're to let it be, just put on the table that if someone offers discounts, like, you can't be mad about people using them. They're just gonna put that out there too. It's like if you offer 30% off and you're just kind of hoping that not everybody uses it, right? Because we were talking about that, like not everyone's gonna use them. If everybody comes and cashes them out, like, you can't be mad. I'm just saying, you can't be mad. So, okay. Make sure I caught the things. No coupons come out of this other. Yeah. Yeah, they do. It's like not entering give views in the sellers once. Wait, it's like not entering give views so the seller's other buyers can be rewarded. Oh yeah, I do that too. Most of the time. Okay, so I'm glad that you said that too, because giveaways are kind of like a reward too. If I'm in shows, if I'm in your guys' shows, I'll just say it like this. If I'm in your guys' shows and you're like, why is no one entering the giveaway? You got 10 in the room and like 2 are in the giveaway. I'm one of those people not in the giveaway. I barely ever enter giveaways, barely ever, unless it's like an Amazon gift card and that's like half, 50-50. Or if it's something, it's really got to be something specific, or a buyer's giveaway. I'm probably not entering. It's just like one of those things. It's just like, I really have to need it, or if I know that if I'm just listening in the background, I'm not engaging in the chat, I'm not adding any value to the show besides just being like a number in the room. If I'm not buying, if I'm not anything, I'm not entering. I'll leave that to the ones who are like bringing energy to the show, because I feel like they deserve it more than I do. Unless it's Amazon. If it's like 10 or more, I'm entering that. I'll run over to my phone and hop in there, because my kid loves her some Amazon gift cards. So, and Starbucks, I'll enter the Starbucks gift cards for my kiddo. You give me a coupon on here and I'm using it. Gives me, some people love coupons. And this is what, like, some people freaking love coupons, love giving them or love using them. So to each their own. For sure. It gives me a reason to buy more from you. I say 50 cents. And so it justifies swiping $5. Hey, Do you, boo? Do you? Not ashamed to use coupon. Hey, if they're there, I mean, hey, if they're being offered. Barb in Cedro Woolley. Okay. All right. That's up north, right? Up north on the west side. Heck yeah, you're by all the malls and stuff, I think. If I'm thinking of that right. Not a geography major. I just stay in my own little world right here. But yeah, you guys keep a lookout for the Washington State meetup, because there's some folks in Oregon, Idaho, I want to say even like 1 or 2 in Montana, and some Californians that can probably take the trip. So we shall see. Just went to Leavenworth. See, I'm hoping Leavenworth. I think Leavenworth would be so much fun for so many reasons. The activities, the culture, the vibe, the everything. It's just me and the Squatch, the dude, were talking about that. I was like, I would hope, because most people think Seattle, but like Leavenworth would be low key super fun. Super freaking fun. So we'll see. How far are you from Portland? Julie is hosting me. Oh, babe, are you in here still? How far are we from Portland? 5 hours? But it's definitely a drive. It's not anything too crazy. That's like close enough to the border. Oregon would definitely be possible to go to. I didn't. Oh, it's for September. Let me write that down. Julie, that's a good reminder to you guys. Julie Becker is on Whatnot Sellers tomorrow, and so bookmark tomorrow if you want the reminder. Otherwise, bookmark at Whatnot Sellers and go support her, because she's there's a lot of bookmarks for that show too. Her whole tribe going to be there, and she's fantastic and deserves all that support. And so I hope everybody goes there. Thank you for that tag, Kelly's Place. Yeah. So Julie, Oregon meetup. Thanks for telling me that. I didn't even I hadn't caught that yet in Portland. Yeah, people love the major cities, but which Portland is a cool city. Portland is a cool city. Let's see. If it's not stickers, I'm entering. Moody said, I don't want your stickers. I don't want the stickers. Unless it's some art stickers or some seller stickers. Yeah, I get it. JJ has a 50% off coupon for her top tier. Yeah, hey, it makes you want to go get it. You know what I mean? And if I had a 50% off coupon offer, I'd probably use that. I'll be honest, I'd probably use that. Icicle Brewery. I just realized that we have one more talking point. Icicle Brewery. I'm gonna look that up. Okay, we're getting homework. Heck yeah! Thanks for that share. Tiny, working and lurking. Heck yeah. Yeah, some stickers. 1,600 bookmarks. That's probably a Whatnot Sellers record. I'm just saying. Well deserved too. She's been out here grinding for over 3 years and supporting and influencing so many other sellers' journeys on here that, like, hats off to her. She deserves every ounce of the love that she's about to get tomorrow. Trying to figure out how to make a painting with stickers. One on here. Paintings with stickers. I want on here, like altered cards, but with stickers. Maybe something like that. Press on tattoo. You know what, Barb, I love that. I still have a collection of temp tattoos, and definitely people I was shipping them out as giveaways and for sale. I think temp tattoos are fun. Temp tattoos are fun. Not a canvas with all the. No, a canvas with. I'm still waiting. Speaking of that, I'm still waiting. Last thing, and then I'll hop back into the rewards thing. Is I still think this idea was brought up before. I think there should be a handmade train that's like a challenge. That's just, what are we going to do with this? It could even be called Sticker Gate Challenge or something, but we all have a sticker stash from Whatnot. And handmade folks, I think, could be real creative with what to do with them. And I think we should put a raid train together and just have like 5 or 10 minute spots. And just, here's some stuff I figured out of what to do with these damn stickers, and just ride the train and just see what we all came up with. So anybody who wants to take the lead on that, I still think that's a good idea. It could be on a wood board, yeah. Hey, I mean, somebody could, but okay, this will be the last thing, and I'll go back to rewards. You guys ever go to like a local dive bar, and they have like all the dollar bills on the ceiling or on the tables under the glass or something like that, or just the wall in the bathroom or something like that? It could be like that for your studio or whatever, or it could be something that you could sell. Yeah, we can ping CG. Except for whoever tells her, whoever's the first one to tell her, she's going to make you co-host. Okay? So let's just actually I shouldn't have said that and just should have told someone to go tell her. Not it either. I don't I just sticker Thursday night. Go to her Raid Train 101 chat and somebody go tell her to make a sticker train. Moody, get after it. Moody, let's volunteer you. Sticker challenge. Okay. You guys, I'm gonna hop back in. Yeah, Stickergate challenge. Done. Let's do it. Faye West Designs, welcome in. You guys, I scroll a lot, obviously. This is the last thing, and then I will dive back into the topic. There's not a ton left, but Faye West Designs has started back up a co-hosting show with handmade sellers. That you guys should check out. Handmade Hub is the name of it. And so if you click on her name right there and go look for that thumbnail, it's also in my show lineup on my profile. So we're going to be chatting here in a couple weeks, or first week of June, something like that. And then she's going to be co-hosting a different handmade seller each month, I believe. And I think that's going to be fantastic. Stuff like that, we just can learn from each other. And I think it's great. 6'8", right above you. Right above you. So that's a new thing coming back. So just keep it on the radar and keep a lookout for them thumbnails, because I think it's going to be a good time. I think it's going to be good. Buying stickers to sell on both. Sarah closed my booth, so now I'm not sure what to do with the stickers. Barb, when we get that raid train set up, join that raid train. There we go. Miss Jenhen, how you doing? All right, I digress, you guys. Thanks for coming in here. We're talking about Rewards Club. We talked so far about the tiers, identifying who is at each of these tiers. We talked about the names of the tiers, making them fun, branded, kind of a club or status symbol, something that you want to be a part of. We talked about the visuals with the badges, making them attractive and identifiable to the viewers, and making them kind of coded in a way for the seller, so you can see who's in your room. It's kind of the TLDR, all things branded. And then we talked about the rewards themselves being financially making sense, like being a win-win for the buyer and the seller, and making sure the maths when it comes to our margins that we're offering to share with our buyers. The last thing on here is alignment. And this is just a simple thought that, yeah, should be a good one. Trust me, when any artists send me stickers, their art stickers, I have a separate stash just of those, and I have plans for those. And so if I ever get giveaways or packages from you guys, like, keep them coming, because I'm gonna upcycle them bad boys. Those are super fun to work with, and yay for collabs, right? Tiny the Artist is one of them. So freaking fun. I have plans for the next round too. And I just got some stuff. You guys will find out real soon. There's a new product with these in mind that we're going to be able to offer real soon here. So alignment is the last thing. And this is simply just factoring in. It's kind of the secondary thought of like what the rewards themselves are, as far as like financially, when we're in the numbers and thinking about the numbers. This is like the next thought, which is like when we're thinking about the rewards themselves, this is like on a transaction basis, a tier basis. Alignment is like zooming out to the overall goals of our reward system. This is zooming out to the reward season is 3 months at a time, and our rewards ought to, so that's 3 months of income, right? And so our rewards, when we're setting it up, just considering, do these rewards align with my monthly and quarterly income goals? And so to use, without diving too deep into this, just to use kind of an example, is I would say, oh yeah, this is TLC Mama Bear, the dopest, is if our income goal is let's say 5,000 a month. Let's just put like a real number on the table. Full time, say $5,000 a month is what I'm thinking from a handmade lens. Or say, let's just, for easy math, let's say 4,000 a month profit. Hashtag goals, right? This would be like, okay, I can pay my bills. That's $1,000 a week. Fine. Okay, so if we determine that as our financial goal for our online sales, our rewards, it should, I think, in theory, factor into our how we set up our rewards system and what the thresholds are. So if we're doing rewards as a thank you, this would maybe be a little bit different. But if we're doing them as purchase incentives or as a blend of thank yous and purchase incentive, then that identifying first what our goal is makes it so when we're identifying, like, this is the thresholds, this is what I want to incentivize folks to reach for me. So if I want $1,000 a week, I don't want to set my rewards too low, because that doesn't help me reach my goal. If my goal is a full-time income, my rewards have to incentivize that type of buying behavior, if that makes sense. And so my top tier, if my goal is $4,000 a month profit, my top tier doesn't need to be $20, right? My top buyer would be like, shoot, if you're spending, I don't know, $500 with me a month, then you're a significant percentage of my goal, of my financial goal. So I want to reward you with that in mind, if that makes sense. And so my, I don't know, gold and platinum tier, for instance, may be built in a way that they would incentivize approximately half of my goal. Say $2,000 of my goal should be incentivized by that. And so if we can identify the goal as we're considering our rewards, incentives, and like thresholds and stuff, then we can start to see analytics as far as like, do these things actually go together? Do these things actually go together? Because if my goal is 4,000 profit a month and my rewards are incentivizing this much in purchases, then I need to change my incentives to meet my goal so that they are aligned. Does that make sense? So it's just like a little extra chew. And that's probably the most difficult, and it would require like some dialing it in over time and this kind of thing. However, I think it's worth chewing on. So all that said, I'm going to share the quote again, and then if you guys are interested, I have some little fun facts out of the help.whatnot.com rewards club link that's in the show notes as well. So, but I just pulled a couple like of the interesting things out of there. If y'all are interested, we can talk about those as well. But the quote, to wrap up that portion again, was and income goals in mind. It's not meant to be easy, and that's why it's so rewarding. All right, so if I set up these reward clubs, if you help me reach my income goals, I'm going to reward you. having that like thought attached to it, I think is pretty helpful. Barb says yes. Okay. All right. Let's talk about a couple of things. These are just random fun facts. Random fun facts that I think are good though. Thanks, YouTube. I keep forgetting this is on over here, but appreciate you. Whoever's, I feel like that's probably TJ. Is that TJ or the Squatch? Okay, so the random fun facts about rewards. So kind of a TLDR. These are just the most interesting things I pulled from the article. Which one do we want to start with? Let's start with the rewards themselves. There's only 3. Coupons, I'll try to go through these quick. Coupons, membership badges are considered a reward, and exclusive shows. I think most people forget about this one. If you want to see examples of this, go buy some stuff from Zodi, Natural State of High, and then get in her private show. This is probably my favorite again, but the coupons, some people freaking love them. But there's only the 3. So when we're setting them up, like that's what we have to work with. The next thing is what Ashley referred to earlier was that while we can't change our rewards setup mid-season, like once we set up our tiers, we're locked into that, but we can edit our photos. They call it the branding, but like the badges and the tier names, we can change that throughout the season. And I think where this could be fun to apply would be like if there's a holiday, or if there's a birthday show, or if it's the last day of, the last week or so of the rewards club season, to go in there just like a temporary, like change them for like a special occasion or something like that. I think that's where it could be cool. Otherwise, if you just go, you know what, I want to set up the tiers, but I'm not 100% how I want to do this, just knowing that like we can edit is the fun fact there. And then let's see, update the tier names, update the branding. So the next one is diamond member. So all the tiers, all the rewards that people get throughout the season, the buyers get throughout the season, restart at the end of every season, except for the one exception, which is the diamond members. Anyone who has reached that diamond tier don't have to start at the beginning. They get to start the next season at the gold level. So they just have gold, platinum, diamond to work back up to. This is good to know if we do have, or, say we wanted to start off rewards with kind of a bang, or set us up for the next season. We could do one season where it makes it very easy to get to that diamond level. So all your initial original supporters have the opportunity to get to diamond level. And then the next season, you make it a little tougher, but all of your like best buyers, repeat buyers are coming in at the gold level or something like that. That's kind of an appreciation. So you could work it into a strategy, but that's just the one tier, diamond, that only bumps down to gold. And then this says members of all the tiers get a 5-day grace period at the end of the season to use up any coupons. And so just know that they don't expire immediately. They get a 5-day grace period. And so when we're scheduling our shows and stuff, I think that's good to know. And then what else? We got 2 more things here. Eligibility and tier only shows. So I'll start with that one. With tier only shows, these are like the private shows. How they work is, it says once you've created the Rewards Club program, you tap the plus button in the primary navigation menu to schedule a show. When you schedule the show, if you have this set up, in the show discoverability section, you tap there's a thing that pops up there that says Rewards Club members, and it's a Rewards Club members radio button is what they're calling it. And you can select that when you schedule your show. And that is how you just create this like Rewards Club only private show. So you tap Rewards Club members radio button, and then that show will only be visible to gold, platinum, and diamond members. So that's how those ones work. And then a little recap rundown of the eligibility requirements is there's 5 things. Number 1, let me see, is this all of them? You must meet all of the following requirements to do Rewards Club, to set it up. Number 1, you've completed 50 or more orders, excluding giveaways. Number 2, you've earned more than $1,000 in lifetime revenue, so not profit, but revenue, just sales, on Whatnot. Number 3, number 3, you've been a seller on Whatnot for 30 days or longer. Number 4, your Whatnot seller rating is 4.7 or higher. And then which I don't know if you get bumped out or if it just lets you ride through the rest of the season, if like you have a 5.0 rating and then it drops to a 4.5. I don't know if you can become ineligible or not, like, but it says 4.7 or higher. And then to be eligible. And then the 5th thing and last thing is you're not currently on a second offense in any violation category as outlined in our guidelines. And so you just have to put a little bit of time in, ship out some stuff, generate some sales, be on here at least 30 days, maintain a good rating, and not be in trouble, basically. And then you can do the rewards. So there we go. Yeah, guys, that's all the reward stuff. We're actually doing pretty good on time. I wasn't sure. Hello, welcome in. PSE. Okay, so what time is it? If you guys have I lied. I have one more fun fact. And then if you guys have, now would be the time, we'll open the chat. If you guys have some shows coming up or some things that you know happening on the Whatnot, anything share worthy, or if you just want to drop like what you sell or anything like that, or your favorite seller that we should be following or anything, feel free. The chat will be open for that. I do have like a couple of like upcoming events, but that I can share as well. But the last fun fact for rewards is that the bronze tier is the only one that the buyers or viewers only have to meet one of like multiple requirements. It's like watch X amount of shows or spend X amount of money or buy X amount of products. Bronze tier, you can get that tier by just completing one of the thresholds. Only bronze tier. All the other tiers, whatever's set up in the rewards program to meet that threshold, it's an and. You have to spend X amount and buy X amount of products. Like it's an and for all the other ones. So, but bronze is unique in that viewer, like just watch time factors in. So no purchase necessary, but also it's a one or the other. That's only bronze tier. So that was the last fun fact. Oh yeah, did you have the show this morning? Tell us about that, Moody. Tell us about that. Queen Mom, how you doing? Welcome in. Happy Tuesday. Tell us about your raid train. Do share the deets. Speaking of raid trains too, while she's typing, we have coming up a couple things. Let me pin this again for those who missed it. Couple things coming up. Artists in here, have a look at this if you haven't caught wind of it yet. art submission call with Tiny the artist. She's onboarding artists at an event in Texas and is taking offering us basically a marketing campaign to advertise for us, and then kind of a win-win. We donate the piece, one single art piece to her, as long as it's under 18 inches, get it sent to her, and then she's showcasing and auctioning off these any of the pieces from any Whatnot artists, and in a whole event aimed at like basically showcasing how it works and get other artists interested in joining the platform. And so what I did, it stay on no what one more time. And so check that out. Didn't sound long. Well, tell us about it. What's the details, the date, the theme, the time, that kind of stuff, and what who you're bringing on to it and stuff like that. So the art submission call is a must know, and there's a deadline for that coming up quick. The Artisan Creative Train with Tam. I don't know if there's any spots left for that, but the June one is next. Love me some demo trains. The Atelier demo train is now 30 minutes. It was an hour with Daydreamer Debbie. That one also. Signups just went out. If there's any spots left open in that, it's like 1 or 2, but keep it on the radar. And any makers, I recommend hopping in those, because like doing a demo in 30 minutes is a challenge. And I think people like to see our process. If there's like a value education, it challenges us to explain our work and like why it's valuable and like what goes into it, because prospective buyers simply don't know. And I think it's good practice for us. And then also it just brings attention to our category. And so the demo trains are coming up, and then the handmade market I have one extra fun share too, but the handmade market Fridays with Moody Virgo Arts, and she if anyone missed her chat show about it, which she's going to be doing chats every 2 weeks or so about the market to share info, make sure everybody's on the same page and stuff, but she's going to be introducing a Saturday, maybe every other Saturday, D-Stash Day, for the craft supplies to kind of join forces with the market days. So the market days have been designated as like purely selling handmade items, new drops, or D-stashes of handmade by us items, live demo, this kind of thing. And so Saturdays are going to be, which anybody's welcome to join. And then Saturdays, supplies D-stashes, so we can swap, buy from each other. I would like to see also, people were talking about this, having artists and makers share and sell their like half finished stuff to other makers so you can just kind of pick up where the other one left off and do those things. And then I have an update and share about Artisan Alley for August, because Reggie, Lilac Bloom, and I discovered something. We were like, dude, that's going to be super cool. And so I'll share that in 1 second. So Moody Virgo Art says June 14th. If all flies well, it'll be Raid My Gallery Wall, original art displayed on a gallery wall, and a customized giveaway ATC card. ATC. So Raid My Gallery Wall. So are you looking for artists to join that? So June 14th. How long are the spots, and how are you doing signups? Are you is it invite only? Is it public somewhere? Or is it like, do you have any stipulations as far as like who can join, or are you looking for veteran train writers, for instance, or any like stipulations like that? And actually I should ask, are you going to have another info chat about it? That does sound fun. So you guys, Artisan Alley, some of you guys know we've been doing, Reggie and I have been doing this monthly showcase of 10 makers in a specific space Let me unpin that. In a specific niche in the handmade space, we're having a lot of freaking fun with this too. We started making stuff ourselves too to go along with it. So like some clay items for May clay, did some art for April was art month. Fiber arts was before that, and woodworking was before that. And so we're kind of like challenging ourselves to like use some other crafts, because every crafter has like other things, right? So next month is June. We're going through Resin Alley with Basement Brats Arts. And so Reggie and I are going to create something with resin, and we invite you guys to create something too. Create something, share it, and then rate into the train, something like that. Because this is meant to just like be a place where the community can just kind of celebrate like the growth in the category. Because a year or two ago, we couldn't put together 10. If it sounds crazy, but we couldn't. Ask me how I know, right? We couldn't put together 10 talented artists in a raid train in any one specific niche. We had to mix and match it all up because we simply didn't have the pool for it. Now we do. And so we're celebrating that by bringing like a monthly niche showcase and making sure the jewelry makers can come support the fiber artists, who can come support the woodworkers, who can come support uh, there's one right there, Glyden Woodworks. That's Matt. If you guys haven't seen his woodworking, it's freaking amazing. But creating a space where we can kind of check in with what's happening in all these categories and how they're growing, and cross support each other, get out of our little niches and cross support each other. So we're going through Resin Alley next month for June. July, Hazy Ames Paper and Crate has agreed to join us as the host for the paper crafting space. So July will be like the junk journals and paper crafters. Only 10, right? And then for August, I think people will be surprised too at what people are making in some of these categories. Like the resin folks are real focused on like functional art and even like cellar display type of things. And I think we can, it's like inspiring when you just see what people are making elsewhere. So I think people will be surprised with the paper craft space as well, because they can by themselves have raid trains that are like 50 to 100 people. It's a whole community over there, I'm just saying. But August, you guys, August, is anyone here familiar with Thriftworks artist series trading card? Are any of you guys, have you guys seen those yet? Something about doing a craft and art supply sale, because I bought Hobby Lobby Michaels during yeah. Hey, if you need a de-stash, Barb, keep an ear for when Moody does the first like Saturday market de-stash, because de-stashes are basically like resell. It's kind of like the blend with handmade and resell, and like people do. There's a lot of handmade folks that do resell craft supplies because it's sales, right? And it's good stuff. So Rainbow, there's the thrift shop cards, and then there's like I guess he has a couple series. There's like a collab series where it's like Thriftworks and a seller in the same card. And then there's like a series that's like community cards with like the Givey Goblin card and the I think he made one that's like the person that is like, do you have any men's watches? Just like funny, silly ones. There's a separate series that's just art. I can show you one, actually. I can show you one like this. Let me show. Okay, so this is the standard. Here, I'll show these. I tried selling today, but I'm having a hard time understanding the app. I sold a few, thank God, but I completely messed everything up. Ashley, congratulations on starting your live sales journey. I want to say try not to be discouraged, because we all mess up on something in the beginning. It is just a thing. Kind of a initiation rite of entry kind of thing, and we learn from those mistakes. And so you just look at it and you go, what am I going to do differently next time? And then you just do that, and then it starts to go kind of in the upward direction. Can't figure out how to set up my shop. I have bulk jewelry items, but when I sold an item, it wouldn't let me run. Yeah, something with your listings. I would try in the beginning. I recommend it'd be a quantity thing. So there was. Let me ask first. Did you have like one listing that was like quantity 10 or something? Because there is, just PSA, you guys, there is a glitch. You guys notice how they changed the giveaways so that they don't itemize individually. There's like a quantity for the giveaways. There's a glitch that came with that where if you run the one giveaway, it just like erases the whole thing. And so there's like a glitch with the quantity function. So if you had a quantity in there, Ashley, it could just be the glitch and you could have done nothing wrong. I would update the app and then try it again. But if you didn't have quantity, that's probably what it is. That's probably what it is. Yeah, and then I was going to say also, in the beginning, I do recommend having just like individual listings. I know it's harder with like bulk stuff, but for sorting it out after the show until you like really get the hang of it, I do think it's kind of worth it to have like individual listings for stuff. And when you're making the listing, you can make it one time. And when you put like quantity 50, for instance, there's a button on there that says I want these listed as one, or I want these listed individually. And if you put individually, I think that's an easier way to track it. It'll number them. And so you can attach the number to who they go to and stuff like that. But it does take a little bit of a learning curve, but it is, you will get it though. Yeah, which you don't, you definitely don't have to run giveaways. Don't get me wrong. Definitely don't have to run giveaways. I'm just thinking if they change that for the quantity function for giveaways, it might be affecting auctions as well. So yeah, I would try updating the app, making sure you have quantities in there, and try that. And try that. And if that doesn't work for you, I would like sell a couple things just to make sure. Not too many things. And if that doesn't work, I would do individual listings, is what I would say. So you guys, and if anybody in here, especially if you're newer, if you have questions, please do feel free to drop them in the chat. If I can't answer them or if I don't see them, someone else, there's a lot of like very knowledgeable folks in here that can help. And if you know the answer to something, feel free to drop that as well. So thrift shop trading cards, I want to show you guys real quick. So this is a standard thrift shop trading card, right? This is Moody Virgo Arts, and they have the number there. I think they're up to like 400 something for these. Okay, this is an art series card. This is an art series card. This is Tiny the artist. Her actual art printed on. This is a thrift shop trading card, right? There's a whole art series. These ones are only up to 19. Only up to 19. So Reggie and I found out they're so cool. You got. I wish I might even have a list of who has made them so far. Kelly's Place, thank you for that tag. Yeah, Thriftworks or Thrift Shop Cards. Thriftworks is gonna forever just roll off my tongue, but yes, Thrift Shop Cards is the spot. You can find them, shoot, almost daily at this point in the community category. But let me see if I can find the screenshot because they're right here. Okay, some are in here multiple times, but for these ones, these art series cards, you guys. So this is a PSA to all artists, and I'm going to tell you why in a second. Tiny the artist has a couple of them. A Reworker's Passion, Mama Z, TLC Mama Bear, GR Carter Designs. Only 19, you guys. It's still under 100. Pay attention, right? Artists. Michigan Grail Seeker, S Fish, Black Sheepy, Jeff Collects 508, Thriftworks USA did an art card. Silver Moon Mama. I know you guys know some of these names. Token One TM, Kimmy D 86, The Happiest Spot, Miss Jenhen, and Lilac Bloom have these art series cards. Okay, art series cards. Only to 19. Here's why I'm telling you this. If no one is aware or no one has considered making them yet, Reggie and I found out that we didn't have a theme set for August for the Artisan Alley train yet, and we found out that because we do the third Monday of every month, the third Monday of August is National Thrift Shop Day, right? We found that out, so we are like, bet we should showcase the art cards. We should showcase the artists doing the freaking art cards, right? It's not until August, okay, the third week of August, because people need to see these. You know what I'm saying? Like, people need to see these. Promote the artists and stuff. We probably do a little bit different, like little shorter stops or something like that. But if you don't have one, or if you're thinking about it or whatever, now's the time, right? Because it's only 19. So Thrift Shop Cards is live constantly, almost daily. Start considering if you want to make one of these, right? It can be something you've already have a print of or whatever, but go get them ordered because we asked ThriftWorks for permission. Can we do spotlight these artists that are doing these cards with you for this train? And he gave us the green light. And so it sounds like we're going to do that, and we'll just however many are available and willing. That's what we're going to take, so we can spotlight as many as possible for that. And so, really, without the duplicates, there's about 15 so far, and these trains are like during the day on Mondays. And so, heck yeah, can we do this? I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. And we just think it'd be a great way to spotlight because these cards are so freaking fun. And if we're being honest, is that not the dopest? Is that not the dopest? Kimmy D, I want to see yours. I don't think I've seen your art card. Is it like spray paint, I would imagine? I want to see all of them, but could you imagine just seeing them all in one place? Amazing, right? And so keep a lookout for that, but also third week of August. And so you guys have like, and tell a friend, right? Because you got like a month or so to get with ThriftWorks. It's a process to get them, so I wouldn't wait till the last minute, but like, get with ThriftWorks like sometime by June, the end of June, I would say, because I think there's like what, a month turnaround probably. And see if you can get some before that train, because I think it'll be great for like our community to just be like, look at these dope ass cards, look at them. So there we go. Very excited about that. And it's National Thrift Shop Day, so it's just alignment, as Shop Happy says. It's alignment. Considered and wanted to, but we have to. Yeah, you do have to pay for them, and then you get paid back when you sell them, and that's kind of how it goes. I don't know, Kimmy D, maybe you could share. Is there a different? Is it 50 or 100? Oh, you can get limited edition 50, or you can get quantity 100. If I'm not mistaken, I think they're the same price, but just the resale value is different depending on the quantity. But I want to say it's like $150 or something like that. Don't quote me on that. Get with ThriftWorks. Sometimes there's deals, flash sales and things that he does on them. And so just get in his shows and see how he's doing it. But I think it's a great opportunity if for those who are interested. Yeah, for sure. Heck yeah. So yeah, we're excited about that. And then we'll see what the themes are going to be after that. That's where we've gotten to thus far, is going through August, and we're just going to try to keep it going. I think we're going to hit the handmade artisan snacks at some point this year, maybe November, like novelty snacks kind of thing. Highlight the Amy Jo's and the Sugar Hill Markets and the our food makers, right? That can tell us what's in our food. You know what I mean? Like that, we're going to highlight them. We're going to highlight, we have some bomb cookie makers and just breads and soups, and like there's all kinds of stuff. So we're going to try to keep them diverse. And then I think we're going to go through like the skincare and stuff, the soaps, the lotions, the the balms and there's people doing shampoos and oils, and I think we're going to try to get them maybe September. And then I think we're going to try to get like the home decor folks in one place that are doing like the candles and the I don't know. So we'll see. We'll see. We're just uh fundamentals, yeah, doing he's got a couple different things with the breads, and I think cookies and a couple things. And so yeah, love Darren's imagination and where he takes us on France field. I have not gone to it on a France field trip. Is that like, so I need to keep an eye out for that. I have not seen that yet. I've not seen that yet. Hey, Ames, how's it going? Your spidey senses must have been tingling because I definitely just called your name out for hosting the July Papercraft month with us for Artisan Alley. That's the one right there. We're like, dude, Amy knows everybody in this space. She's like in it. Like she's the perfect and if you guys didn't catch it, Amy was like helping with the kind of co-hosting. I don't know if there's an official like term or hat used, but with the Naughty Awards, the What Naughty Awards recently, that happened, and we were like, dude, there could have been like, I honestly wasn't even thinking of like a if she says no, then who else are here's our backup plan or plan B. I was just like, I'm just gonna manifest her saying yes. We're just gonna go with that. And you did, so I'm very grateful. Super excited to work with you on that. 150 each, and you just have to be strategic enough. You can 10x that. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, set the prices. The first number of them pay for themselves. Then after that, you're in profit. So I think it is an initial investment, but it's worth it. You could even have like a D-stash show just with the goal of profiting 150 bucks so that it just goes directly towards that. You put it in the thumbnail and everything, and folks can come in and rally around the cause so you can get your art card. Where there's a will, there's a way. I'll just say it like that. I'll just say it like that. Mm. Let's see. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to keep an eye out for those shows then. I'm gonna have to keep an eye out. Every now and then we get a tour around the town. Heck yeah. Oh, there's Miss Jen Hen. Yeah, I want to see your art card too. I want to see your art card too. The France Graveyard was so cool. Yeah, I think July is gonna surprise folks. I really do. Um, I think the resin, what people make with resin is going to surprise people because I think, and I was talking with Basement Brats Rochelle the other day. I was like, I think most people think of resin and they just think of like little trinkets, like desktop, like paperweights and stuff. But they make so much more cool stuff. Like they make the diversity of products is like they make so much stuff. And so we were talking about like how to best showcase like all the stuff. And if anyone's not familiar with Rochelle, like she's been hosting raid trains for the longest, and she knows her sellers and in her category. It's a whole community that she's built around her, and they all work together and like lift each other up and stuff, and they just make all kinds of stuff and like enhance each other's skills and all this kind of stuff. I'm really looking forward to that, and I think that'll surprise people with like just simply what people make in that category. And then the paper crafts, I think that'll just surprise people. um just the sheer volume of that community, and the people in that category, it's a whole vibe. It's a whole vibe. It's like people in the paper crafting community. I was like, I didn't know anything about it until I came to Whatnot. And I didn't know what ephemera was. You know what I mean? I didn't know the things. And I was just like, wow, you guys have a really, this is like a whole art form. Like I had no idea. So I'm very excited. Very excited. And these like niche showcases are so much fun. They really are. Tara Wynn, hello, hello. Yeah, the best community. Yeah, it really is. Been watching how to resin broke vintage porcelain plates into jewelry. Super cool. I'm saying there's like cool stuff that people are making out here. There really is. Barb, I'm going to go schedule a craft supply in July sale after this. Heck yeah, that will be My time to go through the 20 plus totes I have. Heck yeah. One tote at a time, Barb. One tote at a time. Totes are like the handmade equivalent to like death piles. It's like we just have totes. uh Totes stacked on totes, stacked on totes. That's the handmade. Totally pull in different artists with papers. You'll be surprised for sure. Heck yeah, I'm excited. I am excited. You guys, Artisan Alley, I'm telling you. I'll just put it out there again. I would love to see the cross niche support of just like pop up and raid in. Just be like, hey, we're gonna go check out the paper crafters. Hey, we're gonna go check out the resin artists. Every month, it's the third Monday, right? It's only a 3-hour train. We put it like that so that folks can, and only 15-minute stops, so folks can like have somewhere to tap into, see what's up over there, and then go about their life. You know what I mean? We're not locking you up for the whole day or for the whole weekend. We just want to bring you like a handful of quality, diverse sellers, so you really get an idea of where that category has grown to, and then celebrate a little bit, kumbaya, and then you keep it moving. So encourage anyone to support or to join or to just like tell a friend. You know what I mean? All the totes. All the totes. Did you hear the Handmade Market is doing a D-stash every? Yeah, that's a good thing. Call that out. Every other Saturday or every Saturday? Either or. I think Paper Crafters will be in there for sure. All right, so you guys, I think it is that time. It is that time. Running a little bit longer today, but I was a little late today. But all the rewards talk. Whoever's still on YouTube, I appreciate you. You guys, rewatches are on. I'll pin it again. For these Tuesday shows, I'm going to leave them up on YouTube. If you're ever like, what the hell did she just say? That one time, and they're categorized by topic. And so if you're ever like, what were we talking about with how to get buyers in our room? YouTube is right there in the QR code. Or if you're like, what were we talking about with price tiers for handmade, or whatever the topic, raid protocol, or whatever the topic, it'll just be like categorized in the YouTube. Okay, so under live, so it'll be like organized and you can just get the info. You got to listen to me ramble for 2 hours, but it'll be there. So either way, for now, you guys, let's find someone to rate. Yay for YouTube. If anyone's not caught wind of it, YouTube is started as a 365 project. So I am posting shorter videos every single day. And let me tell you what, it's harder than it seems to allot time to that. And like, we talk about all kinds of stuff in these chat shows. So I was like, I'm sure I can come up with something every day. Live selling. They're all live selling related. Friendly to, resell and handmade inclusive. I'm trying to make them. But like, I'm aiming for 5 minutes, but they're like 5 to 20 minutes max. Most are like 5-10 minutes. 10 minutes, give or take. I'll say like that. About all different topics. And we're in the 5th week. And so there's like, I'm just to calibrate our expectations correctly. These are low 5 videos. Okay. These are not like, I've been doing YouTube for a year kind of productions. These are like me just chatting about some, just offering like a chew on any specific topic. And so, nothing too crazy, but I think I try to put some kind of valuable takeaways in each of them. And so anyway, if anyone's interested in that, they're there, and they're going to keep growing. So we're going to have a 365-day collection of them. On top of these, Tuesday chats are going to be multicasted there starting last week. So those will be there. And then it's mixed in with some packaging tutorials and going to be an evolution. So we'll just see. We'll just see. And eventually we'll do a chat show about YouTube because once we learn some more, but for now it's like student teacher mode kind of. So wonder how the co-hosts will show up on YouTube. You know what? We'll be able to find out tonight, because I think it shows it. I know I thought it showed the chat, but it doesn't. But it does look like it shows pinned items. And so We'll see. It's all new to me. So it shows up the same. Heck yeah. I know I should have put clips from Whatnot. I'm trying to keep it educational. That's the one thing is I'm trying like I multicasted a live demo, but then put it on private mode after because I don't want to. I'm learning how the algorithm works over there. And PSA, if anyone does YouTube, I don't know if Insta and the other ones work the same, but if you create content that truly is for two different audiences, it confuses the hell out of the algorithm. And so it is really key, from what I'm gathering so far, to pick a specific audience and only create content for that audience. So I can't, for instance, do wood burning and educational stuff about live selling in the same channel because the algorithm is like trying to give live sellers these videos, and then they'll send them a wood burning video and they're like, what the hell is this? And then the algorithm's like, oh, you don't like that. So then they stop sending them any of it, if that makes sense. And so there's nuances and things that we'll talk about once I figure it out more, probably. But I digress. We've been here about 2.5 hours. So we're going to find someone to raid you guys. But those are there if you guys are interested. You guys, there's only one person in the community category besides us. Turtle, man, welcome in. Do you guys have any friends on that you want to show a little bit of love to? Because we already went there before because there's not much. We could go see Tam live thrifting. That's not until later. Do we want to go random? You guys want to go random? Joanna's closet, what's she doing? What is she doing? Ooh, handmade soaps and do we know this person? No, yeah, maybe. Hold on, let me snoop right here real quick. This might be cool. She's super cute. I found someone. In the handmade market today, new stuff. I'm gonna go to Gabby's Creations Atelier. Gabby's Creations Atelier. I'm following them, but they're otherwise new to me. But they've got here. Let me show you. Artisan soap, and she's super cute. And what was it? Artisan soaps and clothing. I don't know. It looks good. So we'll try over there. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like, I don't know, that's not vibing right now for me. So we're gonna try this one. There's also another artisan soap person in their show, but they only have 4 people in there, and yay for new friends. So if you're not interested, now would be the time to hop off. No worries. If you are, hang tight for a second and just see what she's got. Say hello, and I'll leave you guys with the quote again. In regards to rewards, remember, it's not meant to be easy. And that's why it's so rewarding. So keeping it all aligned, making it a win-win for you as a seller and you as the buyer and all those kind of things. And you guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I appreciate you guys big, and I'll see you in the Whatnot streets. If you're so inclined, drop some purple hearts in the chat when we get there to show her some love, and just hang tight for a second and see what she's got. Until next time. Happy live selling, you guys. Already follow her. She's sweet. She looks really sweet. Heck yeah, let's go find out.